One very simple way to describe it is to say, you have to have an organization where people would like to come and work for you for reasons other than money. In other words, if two companies make job offer to the same person and they're offering the same salary, but the person picks one company over another, it's for all the intangible, non-material benefits in addition to the salary. That's a measure of human centricity. I think that matters a lot because as long as we still need human capital, even in the age of AI, and I strongly believe we do, you need to find ways of attracting, retaining, and engaging that talent. And that's why human centricity becomes so important. I think companies around the world are a little bit overestimating right now what AI can do. The fact is, AI is an incredible technology. It can do a lot of things, but it can only do its magic when it has lots of publicly available data that can be used in the training. Now, large language models are trained on things like the internet, but to make them productive inside a company, you still need a lot of company-specific data, okay? And some of that data is in documents, but a lot of it is in people's heads. That last point, I think people underestimate. So I would say it's not unique to Singaporean companies, but around the world, my experience is the hype cycle is pushing companies to think you can do a lot more with the current technology than it actually can. It's one kind of problem. There are also some companies that don't adopt at all, which is also a problem. So striking the right balance is difficult everywhere. It's not unique to Singapore. So this is the million-dollar question. Every company is asking, in the future, what should be done by machines? What should be done by humans? So I have two parts to this answer. First, the right division is different for every company. There is no one size fits all, right? Even two companies in the same industry, even in the same function, like we're both talking about marketing for the two companies, might reach a different answer because it depends on what is the basis of differentiation for each company. So if my company competes on cost, I can do more AI. If yours competes on human interaction and empathy with the customer, you should do less AI. So the answer varies a little bit by company and by industry. The second thing I will point out is that even in a world where the AI can do many things better than humans, it would be a mistake for humans to stop doing those things. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is simply legal liability and accountability. But the other is when you stop doing something, you also lose the capacity to evaluate its output. So even if you rely on the AI, you still want humans engaged in some degree of production so they can judge the value. So it's quite likely that everything we do today can be done with fewer people. But that doesn't mean companies will necessarily become smaller because many new things are waiting to be discovered to be done with people. So we don't know if they'll be larger or smaller, but I do think they are likely to be more decentralized. So you might see fewer layers of hierarchy. You might see more autonomy for teams. You might see a lot of human-intensive coordination within teams and algorithmic coordination between teams. They might be still distributed. They might be relying on AI extensively. But I think this is a common property I will see. Probably specialists become less important than generalists. Human skills, social skills remain important, but human cognitive skills also remain extremely important as well. So these are some directions I can see.